Well, hi friends, Suzanne here. Welcome to another Wildcard Wednesday video on my YouTube channel and blog. For today's project, I am featuring the Happy Hibiscus bundle. I also have these tiny bee trinkets, and I'm using some vellum, actually the only vellum that Stampin' Up has at the moment, called Floral and Gingham Vellum. So I have my little embossing buddy there. It's just a static remover from cardstock, and it makes it so that the embossing powder doesn't stick to my paper very much. I've inked up the stamp really well. I think I have to re-ink my Versamark because I did get not the greatest of impressions, but here I am using this little tray, comes from the embossing toolkit, and I am trying this white embossing powder. So Stampin' Up was out of embossing powders there for a while, and now we are partnered with Wow. So I don't know if you remember the old embossing powder, but it was sort of like a vanilla color. Actually, it wasn't terribly white, but this white is, and it's delightful to use on the black. So I fussy cut this sentiment out. And by the way, that is basic black cardstock that I'm using. You can see all the supplies I used today listed below in the video See More section, or if you're watching this on Facebook, you can trot over to my blog and see all of the supplies there. So here's a piece of basic white. Again, I am using my anti-static tool, and then I am inking up the hibiscus. So these are 3 flowers that are sort of stuck together, and the dies will cut these out, and you can see in the top left there I actually have embossed already another piece of basic white. So I'm using all of the products today. So this is a piercing mat. I use it for stamping my photopolymer stamps on that I want a really good impression. So I wasn't going to have the same situation happen with my white embossing powder maybe not getting enough ink on my stamp, because I did have a little splotchy result. But never mind, I'm not too worried about it. It's not bad. So, but I did want this big stamp to stamp correctly. So I've inked up, and I'm sort of like, when it's pressed down, I rock a little bit just to give a little bit extra pressure, but I don't actually rock the stamp so that it comes off the paper. I just try to make it like contacted on all extra bits there. So these tweezers come from the embossing toolkit, and it did a great impression. So I am using my heat tool now, and I remember when I first started embossing, I first discovered heat embossing, and it was a black embossing powder on white cardstock, and I'm like, how did they get that to be so shiny? How did they get that sentiment to be so shiny? And I had no clue until I figured it out. And that's what happens in crafting, like all of a sudden you look back at your cards maybe 15 years ago, and you've really grown as a crafter in that time, even if you're just casual stamping. So I do like that. And I remember back in the day when I didn't know how to do anything. So it's nice to revisit that and realize that, how you've come a long way. Anyway, I have these, what are they? They are the small blending brushes, and I have inked up with Daffodil Delight, and I'm just trying to get the center of the hibiscus flower. And I do sometimes stamp off on that little sheet just because I need to know where the ink is on the brush. These brushes are domed, so they often don't leave harsh lines. But if you've inked up greatly, you need to know A, like how much ink is on your brush, and B, where the ink is on your brush. So that's the reason why we sort of stamp off to the side. I had somebody ask me once that, and I kind of needed to clarify. As you can see, there was a lot of Poppy Parade on this red brush. So I didn't want to take it all off, but I wanted to be accurate as to where I was placing that ink. So, I know that the most of the ink is on the domed part of the brush, so I can go in with the flat top of the brush and just apply the Poppy Parade over top of my Daffodil Delight to create a really pleasant orange. And then I was able to tap on some, and then you'll see me tip the brush in a way that I know that there's ink on that little tip, and I'm able to sort of go in on those smaller hibiscus flowers. So hopefully that explains the reason why we tap off. And I'm using my Stamp and Emboss mini machine. Mine happens to be the blue one. Actually, I have a blue one and a white one, and I have a big one as well. But I find that these smaller ones are terrific. They stay on your desk. They don't take up much room. I can store mine really out of, like, flip up the edges, and I'm able to store it away. I quite like it. And it's affordable. Doesn't cost an arm and a leg. All right, so anyway, here I am. I've cut those flowers out, and now I'm adhering with my Stampin' Seal, the what's it called? Floral and Gingham Vellum Specialty Designer Series paper. I believe it's out of the annual catalog. I could be wrong though. Don't quote me on anything. Again, you can see all the supplies I used today listed below in the videos see more section. All right, so here's that embossed paper. It's really pretty. I just used white on it because I wanted something. First of all, the gingham is there to contrast the bright yellow colors and all the gold and everything like that. And then the white is to sort of calm everything down. I kind of used my what do you call it? I forgot the little tape there, the washi tape. There we go. Sorry, I had a brain cloud, a fart. And I kind of held 3 of the flowers together, but I scrapped that idea because I don't like to be told what to do even when I'm telling myself what to do. So I'm just trying to find a pleasing arrangement. Most of them are on there with Seal Plus. The first one there is with dimensionals to create a little bit of, well, dimension, and this one is on little on dimensional small ones. And this one too. There is the sentiment that I will put up on mini dimensionals as well. So yeah, that's lovely. A couple of different levels there, a cluster of flowers, and then a striking black sentiment. We're bringing in another color or non-color, trying to figure out where it looks the best and doesn't hang off the side. And then I had this iridescent ribbon just hanging around, white iridescent ribbon, I think it's called. And the neat thing is these iridescent products, they reflect whatever color that you're putting on. I guess this could be left off. I thought I liked it, and now when I'm looking at the video, I don't like it so much. Anyway, it doesn't matter. You second guess yourself. That's the part about being the little artist. So here are these tiny bee trinkets. So I'm taking my Take Your Pick tool with the pointy end. I'm picking up my overly sticky glue dots. I'm rolling the glue dots into sort of like a round, so it's not flat, it's a little ball. And then I'm picking up the bee And then I'm putting it down. These bees are really cute. They're super tiny and they go very well with this suite. So again, you can see all the supplies I used today listed below in the video see more section or in the supply section of my blog. And those fast links are going to take you to my Canadian online store. So thank you so much for watching, for thumbs upping, for subscribing, all the YouTube-y things. I appreciate you so much, and bye for now.